Take it away,
All
April.
right, great. Well, congratulations, everyone, for your membership in Sigma, whether you are a member who's been with us a while or a brand new member. Again, congratulations. We're so proud of all you've done to, earn this induction, and we're excited to get to know you a little bit and tell you about all things wonderful with Sigma and just introduce you to some of the things that are available to you as a member and how we can all get connected and stay connected. So, let me share my screen here and we'll go through some things just to, again, help you learn about this wonderful organization that you've earned membership in. So this is our chapter leadership team currently. Can everyone see the slides okay? Okay,
Yes.
great. So, Marnie, I'll let you say a little bit about yourself. I think your students here know you, but just to be sure.
I think everybody knows me quite well. So I took on this president role last year, and before that, I was a counselor and such. But when I was an undergrad, I graduated with my ADN. There's nothing like this in an ADN. And then when I did my bachelor's as a 2+2, I don't know what happened there, but when I came to my master's program, I was invited to join at the Wheeling University. It was Wheeling Jesuit University, Omicron chapter, and I was there and I just loved it. I remember I met Alia Akkad. And she
Mhm.
was such a big nurse leader here in the region. And I just loved that I could meet people who are actually leaders who wanted to change the future of nursing. I don't think I've ever been satisfied with nursing as it is. I've always seen a bigger and brighter future. So it is really great to be the chief cook and bottle washer, as I call myself, which is a president role in any organization. You're a servant of everyone. And I'm thrilled to be here and thrilled to see Jenna and Walter. And really, Walter was one of the most enthusiastic candidates for Sigma and really gave me a charge like, oh,
Oh,
I
nice.
want to make this happen
Hmm.
the best I can.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. So we have a great, leadership team who's always out there, again, advocating for us, helping us stay connected, and just again leading the charge, as Marnie says, as the servants that we are. So our officers are very active and again are good role models for us as members. So our main leadership team, as you can see, Marnie as president, and then Paula as vice president, Tanya as secretary, and Roger as treasurer. And then we have a leadership succession committee led by Amber Zeese and working with Laura Vollmer, and then Dr. Ann Hendricks, our governance chair, and then Susan McHenrick working with her. And then all of our counselors across our campuses. So Morgantown, Beckley, and then Bridgeport and Kaiser, and we have Kendall signed on. Kendall, do you want to say anything about the counselor role and anything to new members?
Sure, I can go ahead and say something. Sorry if my child starts yelling in the background. Um, no, I've really enjoyed it. I joined Sigma whenever I was in my undergrad, and then joined Alpha Rho here, and got into counselor position about the end of last year, and I've really enjoyed it. Getting to kind of facilitate inductions, getting to meet the new students onboarding to our chapter. So it's been a lot of fun, and I think this was the first one of it was one of the largest inductions for Sigma this spring. So it's been really exciting to see the growth for sure.
Yes, and I think we've seen that growth across all of our campuses, which is wonderful. So that's the role that I was in before I retired a couple weeks ago. I was counselor for the Kaiser campus. And so now Dr. Matthew Huddle has taken that over. So we've done lots of work together to get him prepared for that. So your counselors are a great resource for you as, a first line of connection to answer any questions that you have and get you connected again on your campus. So just want to tell you again about some websites and things that can help you stay connected, especially on the web. So your membership site, your dashboard is a really great place when you're signed into your Sigma account. It can show you then, of course, your membership info. So you can see here on the screen that I've been a member since May 12th, 1994, at the end of my BSN through the University of Maryland. And it gives you your member number and your expiration date, so it can keep you up to date there. And then just some links there across the dashboard so you can see areas of interest 34 and then the courses that are available as far as nursing continuing professional development. We'll talk more about that and the journals. Then you can see there's some volunteer opportunities available, so we could click on that to read about them. And again, communities of interest, and that can be, anything from helping you as a new grad prepare for NCLEX to practice issues. Sigma is all about keeping us ahead of the trends and making sure that we have the knowledge that we need to be leaders in nursing. So the banner across the top and the information as you scroll down the page, again, really helps you make the most of your membership and keeps you connected, just a link away. And in the upper right-hand corner, this drop-down menu, you can see that you can update your contact information if you would need to print a membership card for any reason, quickly renew your membership and get an auto renewal so you don't have to worry about, am I expired? It'll just automatically renew. You can set your email preferences. So just a lot of things right there, in that drop-down arrow. And you want to be careful in your email because .edu email addresses may send Sigma things to your junk or your spam. So just make sure you're checking that periodically. And if anything that comes through Sigma, like sigma@sigmanursing.org or anything through the connected community, it might at first get kicked over into your junk or spam. So just check that and just tell your email then to, mark that to come into your inbox, and then it'll continue to do that. So we call that, whitelisting these email addresses. And of course, many of us connect on social media. So, Sigma is active on all the major sites, not just Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, but also YouTube as well. So you may see the hashtag We Are Sigma Nurses or Sigma Nursing. So encourage you to check out a Sigma on social media sites. This new member guide is a great resource to be a quick link to and quick summary for everything we're going over today. So if you scan that QR code, it will take you to this little flip book called the New Member's Guide to Sigma. And everything that we're talking about today, it goes over in there and just gives you a little overview of what each of these sites offer for you, how you can get connected, and how you can again make this membership work best for you, because this is a global organization, but your membership is tailored by you for you. So if you want to be more at the local level and getting involved all the way up to regional, national, global, you can. So this member guide helps you again get that connection that you need. So all of the benefits of Sigma are designed to help us all stay connected because it is such a large organization across the globe. So the circle is a great place to connect. Again, because we are such a large organization around the world, the online community through the circle is a great way to connect with people all over the globe, all over, the world. And this is a place where you can ask questions, you can access resources, you can join conversations that are going on in various communities. You can find volunteer opportunities. You can even get career advice and search for nursing jobs, on the circle. So it's a really great place, again, to feel connected and, to get to meet other members across the globe in Sigma. And just a great way to connect. And you can also visit your chapter website from there. So if we link from there, this gives current information about our Alpha Row chapter through the WVU School of Nursing, and just, some postings, some discussions, and then reminders about current things going on. So the circle is a great place to connect. Another wonderful benefit is nursing centered. So nursing centered is a great place for you to read stories from, again, different Sigma members or just stories about nursing and trends in nursing. It's a place for you to watch videos or webinars. Some of those offer nursing continuing professional development. So you can, listen to them, watch them to learn, or sometimes they're associated with continuing ed that you might eventually need, for your nursing licensure. You can even listen to podcasts here. Sigma has a podcast called A Nurse First, and you can watch that here online through this link on Nursing Centered, or you can access it anywhere that you like to get podcasts. And it's a lot of, again, popular topics to help us stay ahead of the trends, not just here in the United States, but around the world. And again, there's a lot of webinars that you can watch. So there's some that are live where you can tune in live and get registered. So for example, notice that there's one June 11th at 1 Eastern Standard Time about navigating social media in nursing, ethically, professionally, and powerfully. So this is one that would be, you be signing in live, you get an hour nursing continuing professional development for it. But any that are not current, that aren't live, are right here in the previous webinars link. So you can go to that. And what's great about this is that there's, again, something for everyone. So again, if you're a new grad preparing for NCLEX, there's some information about some for, different ways of helping you with your NCLEX. So here's Love Your Learning, Passionate Approaches to NCLEX Success. So it's something for everyone. Again, career advice to, topics of interest to you. There's some on self-care. Here's one on storytelling. There's some about avoiding burnout. Again, just topics that are very pertinent to us as nurses and our nursing practice. So Sigma is always, again, looking out for us and our betterment and, promoting health and wellness for us as well. So always the topics that are relevant to us. And again, you can go right to the online education site itself, and it again shows you those same ones, and you can view all the webinars we looked at just live and the ones that are archived. So anything that's offered through Sigma, they archive it for us. Now, you might not be able to get continuing professional development for it after a certain time, but you can still learn from it. So it's just great for, a great resource for us. Again, something for everyone. And another way that we can tailor the Sigma membership to us. So nursing centered, and again, linking to the webinars, the nursing continuing professional development. Then another thing is that Sigma oversees 2 journals. So if you go to this sigmanursing.org/journals, you can see the 2 journals that you are provided access to at no charge, just for being a Sigma member. So these peer-reviewed journals are available to you: Journal of Nursing Scholarship and Worldviews on Evidence-Based Nursing. So
Oh, do
again,
you,
these are ways
April,
to,
I'm
yes,
gonna interrupt real quick and just say,
yes,
do you notice it's Bernadette Melnick who
yes,
is the editor on
mm-hmm,
that? And she visited our school last year.
yes,
Yes, it was last
mm-hmm,
spring.
yes,
Really exciting. These
mm-hmm,
are some great editors and some great journals. Okay.
yes, they really are. And you can see here a little description about them. The official journal of Sigma, one of the most widely read and respected healthcare journals. And then Worldviews on Evidence-Based Nursing. I mean, everything we do in nursing is evidence-based. So this, again, keeps us ahead of the trends and gives us information that we need, as practitioners of nursing. So, again, we encourage you, read these journals, submit your work in them. You can be published in these journals. So great resources for us to, stay current in our scholarship, our practice. then Sigma also has a large research repository, what they call the Sigma repository. So this is a free digital resource for us as members. And this is, again, has a lot not just for us as Sigma members, but as nursing students, schools of nursing, nursing organizations, healthcare systems, they access this Sigma repository to get information that's needed, again, as to provide a research base for what we're doing in nursing. So you can see here, if you scroll down the page, you can apply for Sigma grants. Here's a grant, some grant opportunities ranging from 2,000 to 20,000. So it gives a full list and deadlines. Again, a quick access to the journals, different events that are going on that might relate to research, like the Research Congress, the Biennial Convention through Sigma, and even the bookstore, what's called the Marketplace. Now it has more than books. It has, a lot of different things for Sigma, even some swag, as we call it. So the Sigma Marketplace has a lot to offer us when it comes to our learning and just representing Sigma, whether it be jewelry that you want to wear, things like that. So that's again, kind of just a quick connection for us. So we looked at the repository. Another thing, Nursing Now was a challenge that Sigma did a few years ago. And this is just an example of how Sigma leads by conducting what they call challenges or academies to really help champion for nurses in different areas. So this Nursing Now challenge really helped develop the next generation of not only nurses, but midwives to help highlight their potential in nursing and just the importance of nursing and midwifery as careers. And so they've archived the information for us on this Nursing Now Challenge site. But some of the newer academies that are going on now is this Global Advocacy Virtual Mini Academy. So that is something that is a 6-week academy that helps us learn more about the global footprint of Sigma and how we can get involved in learning about the United Nations relationship that we have, that Sigma and United Nations have as a collaboration, and what are called the Sustainable Development Goals. So Sigma offers these different types of academies. The one just finished up about writing for publication. So it was one that was an academy that helped nurses prepare a manuscript for publication. And what they said was, okay, after this 6-month academy, you will have a manuscript ready for publication. So they're always looking at ways, again, to, just help us grow and develop, and again, to make nursing known and, nurses' voices known. And so again, a major partnership that we have right now is with the United Nations and the Sustainable Development Goals. So you can see everything here from no poverty and zero hunger up to partnerships for the goals and what it takes to, collaborate. So there's a lot of information about our global initiatives with the United Nations. So Sigma Global is a way for us, again, to learn more about the collaboration that Sigma does right now with United Nations. And again, your Sigma membership is what you make it. So if you, again, want to just be involved locally, regionally, or you can, again, make your global footprint by learning more about this and getting engaged. And that's what Sigma is about, getting engaged, empowering us, as members, in this case, about planetary health, and the global impact that we can have. So, this talks about some stories. Here's some stories that they've pulled over from Nursing Centered about planetary health and how that intersects with human health. And it's called When the Planet Becomes the Patient. And then there's one on thinking globally, acting globally. So those are good stories to read. And they really, again, highlight this global initiative, what we call Sigma Global. And you saw our Alpha Rose site. So, and one of the things, I'm going to stop sharing for a minute and pull up the video that Dean Halsey made for us.
I really like how you're sharing it this time, though, with the PDF.
Yeah, I thought that was nice too because the slides are bigger and
Yeah.
yes,
I'm trying to
yes,
flip between all the pages that you want to show.
yes.
It's really wonderful how you're doing it.
Okay,
And
great. So
Georgia, I
she,
bet you've seen things you've never seen before. Every time, every time I look at it, I go, "What is that?"
I
I don't
know.
remember that.
I agree. It's like, wow, when you put it all together.
Yeah, I think Sigma just keeps getting better and better and broader and broader. So
Oh,
much worldview.
yes.
Yeah, and welcome, Grace. Grace, you came on after we had started recording and screen sharing, but we want to welcome you.
Okay, let me make sure I can get this to play. Share here.
Alpha Rho. It is our chapter of Sigma Theta Tau
Can you hear the sound? Okay, great.
International, which is the International Honor Society for Nursing. If you are a member, I encourage you to become involved. There are so many resources. It is an honor to be in Sigma, but really it is an opportunity to grow professionally and to have leadership roles that you may not even have ever thought of. For example, I have served in a number of different variety areas for Sigma. The first, I actually started as a chapter president. And that was a great learning experience. And then I moved on to an elected position, which was a regional coordinator. And I did that twice, actually. So I did it for a total of 5 years, I believe. Then I decided to run for the board of directors, and I was elected to serve a 4-year term of that, and it was a wonderful experience. And finally, I actually served as the liaison for Sigma to the United Nations. And that was a wonderful learning experience. Sigma's webpage has tons of resources for you, but I would really just encourage you to think about leadership roles and really getting involved in it. And we have a wonderful, very strong chapter in Alpha Rho. So I encourage you to get involved. Sigma's a wonderful, wonderful growth opportunity.
And you can find that video out on our Alpha Road WVU School of Nursing homepage. It's out there too.
Okay, Marnie, is there anything you want to say about our 60-year anniversary?
Sure, it is a big deal. Been here since 1966. Gosh, things have changed. Everything was in person, and we're post-COVID era, but we are trying to spend more time together. Induction was so much fun. But part of this is at the end, we will have you guys scan the QR code again and say that you were here today. And we just want you to say it was May 29th. It could be, new member onboarding and get entered for that $60 off a membership. We're going to draw at least 3 in December, and that's a great deal. The membership at $100 a year, it's a bargain compared to many of the other memberships I have. So I hope that you continue your membership, but maybe you'll be one of the lucky winners for this. We're also going to do a lot of extra activities this year, which we'll talk about. Right. So we have these wonderful new member orientations, which April has so wonderfully said she would facilitate. Yay. Then we've got a
Yay.
couple in the fall. So do tell your friends and, let them know, hey, you need to come on and find out what Sigma is about. Because the people that actually find out and get involved, They're the ones that actually stay and make a difference. Founders Day events, we want to have that in October, but the dates are pending. So I hope that you guys will get involved in that. Jenna, Walter, Grace, Georgia, all of you. We're going to have speakers and drawings and some kind of a community outreach because we're all about service. The trunk or treat was this past year, and Kendall Tuttle headed that up, and it was wonderful at the University Town Center. We want to try to do that again. It's an outreach to nurse leadership out in the community. The Rosenbaum Family House, that was a great time. You would enjoy going, serving a meal to people who have their family at the hospital. And that'll be in November. And then, so next year we'll do another meet and greet, just like we did this year. I think you guys all came to it. It was wonderful. Get to know people before we have the induction and the Gen Ab lecture, which would be probably the third Thursday in April. There won't be a research conference this year. In 2027 is the biennial convention of Sigma, and we try not to have a, like a conference on that year. And then the next year, we should have a research conference. We'll have a lunch and learn next May, like we did this year, and there'll be 3 grant recipients who will present what they have done. We have a nurse anesthetist project. We have somebody who's working with obesity, and then someone who's working with women's health. Very interesting. So we do encourage you to go to the Alpha Rho webpage at at sigmanursing.org. That is the official, like the circle page. And then we have ours here at the School of Nursing. And then, of course, you might see your picture in the Pulse. I keep sending them to Wendy, and she'll get them in there as she can.
So again, we congratulate you on all you've done in earning your membership and just so thankful to have you in our organization. And as Marnie said, here's that QR code we want you to scan to make sure you get registered as far as your attendance today and put in your details so that that enters you then into the drawing. So it not only documents your attendance today, but helps you get registered for the the chance for a $60 off membership.
Yes, so just put in May 29th and orientation or onboarding, whatever words you like. I have flip-flop between the two, that's for sure. You're all current members. And so don't worry about if you're not. And then whatever you are, please put what you are. I will put Prez. And then just put your name in. You don't even need to put the best contact unless it's something other than what we've been contacting you with. So please don't get all caught up on that. You don't have to write in a bunch of that. It'll ask you continue without answering. Yep, there's no hard stops in this. All right. And you know what? There's a wrong date on that darn thing. I just saw it. It says we're going to draw December 2027. It's
It should be
2026.
26.
If you want
Okay.
to change that.
Yes, I sure will.
Yeah, there's always something. Okay, so wonderful. We'll go ahead and wrap us up.
Yes, thank
Any
you all for
questions?
attending. Again, congrats. We want to answer any questions that you have.
Guys have any questions? Big questions, I'm sure.
I had a quick question. I'm planning to move to the southern part of the state, and so I was wondering if you all had any contacts or like any chapters that are active down in like Charleston, Huntington area, just because some of those like volunteer opportunities I would love to be involved in. So
That is a good question. April, do you know?
Yes. Well, so I mean, of course, she'd still be in the Alpha Road chapter, but then Beck, I think probably the best way to learn about things is, of course, not only through, you'll learn about them, Jenna, as you receive your emails through Alpha Road chapter. But another thing is our Beckley campus down in the southern part of the state would be a good connection as well. So I think, being in contact with Linda Angus, who is our counselor for Beckley, could be a really good resource for you too.
Oh my gosh, and she is so
Yeah.
nice. I will stick her email in the chat. She would love to hear from you and,
Yes.
always looking for people who would want to get
Mhm.
involved. Let
Yeah,
me,
before we started today, Marnie and I were talking about a water initiative, that's happening down in the southern part of the state. So there's a way to get involved. Yeah. So there's always opportunities across West Virginia and beyond. And hopefully we've highlighted that today, that there's opportunities for you locally, regionally, globally. Again, your membership is tailored to you, and that it is what you make it and what you want it to be. So, but it's a very supportive organization looking
thank
out
you. I
for us
appreciate
as
that. And
nurses. Yeah, sure. So I would reach out, of course,
awesome.
like I say, the emails that you'll get and the notices that you'll get, but Linda Angus would be a great resource. Let's
perfect.
see. You put her in the chat. Yes. You sent that to her, Marnie. Oh, there
Yeah.
it is. I see it now.
Right
Yes.
now.
There
No.
also used to be, I don't know if it's still there, but there was Zaita was in University of Charleston. And because we're international, you can attend things at any Sigma
True.
chapter.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they still have it, but they were active.
Thank you. I'll look into
Yeah,
that.
great suggestion.
Mhm.
You have any questions, Walter?
Nothing, nothing I can really think of. I'm excited to look into that, some of the continuing education stuff
Mhm.
because I have something coming up. I have to renew my t tobacco treatment specialist
Oh.
certification.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna look into those and see if there's anything I can get out of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. It's such an important initiative.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys look on the United Nations page, there's a whole list of things that we need to do for global health.
Mm-hmm.
And it certainly includes things like tobacco addiction, includes like things like clean water and having enough food to eat and the basics. We
Mm-hmm.
need to take care of the basics. And the tobacco thing, while it's not
Mm-hmm.
quite the basics, it's so important.
Mm-hmm.
So how about you, Grace? If you feel like you can talk, we're just going to ask you if you have any questions and give you a second here to respond. And you can always reach out by email, Grace, or you're free to put something in the chat. But we're going to finish up. And it's really been fun spending some
Mm-hmm.
time with you guys and having you as Sigma members with us. And we're the future of nursing and nursing leadership. So I'm so proud of you.
We will send you a follow-up email with links and just some further information. So never hesitate to reach out and see you at the next event.
All
Thank
right, there's Grace. She's connected. She's at work,
Yes.
so she cannot
Yes.
put her camera
Yes.
on. Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna stop recording.
Yeah.